Hello guys, so today I'm gonna make a short video on a few bikes that I've been test riding today on a short track here in Sweden. So I tried the Ducati Streetfighter V2, the Yamaha SP, the Yamaha MT10 SP, and also the Aprilia RS660. So since I have a Tuono factory V4, I was keen to see if the RS660 was something for me. I was looking forward to try out the Aprilia RS660. I wanted to see if I could change my bike to a smaller capacity bike and still have fun with it. So I took it out on the track and made a few laps. On the good side, it was light and nimble. It's comfortable being a sports bike. It has a lot of electronics and rider aids, and it even had cruise control. And it's relatively cheap, so you sit in the bike rather on top of it, and it's easy to flat foot. I'm 179 centimeters tall, and I have no problem flat footing it. It's not as aggressive seating position as a RS V4. The handlebars are closer to you. So will I trade in my old Aprilia to the RS660? No, unfortunately not. I will keep my Aprilia. Although I still struggle with the twitchy throttle response of my old Tuono, I'd rather still live with that issue because it's the only issue I have. The RS660 parallel twin is just not enough for me. I don't need the brutal power of the V4, but I miss the character. I got bored so quickly that I didn't complete the 3 laps on track. So I gave it back and went out on the next book test ride that I had, and that was the Ducati Streetfighter V2. So the Streetfighter feels light and also very nimble. It's pretty tall, I would say, so shorter riders should be aware of that. The seat height is comfortable when riding, but could be an issue for shorter riders when you push the bike with your feet. So the bike is equipped with great brakes, as most Ducatis are nowadays. It has a quick shifter both up and down, but I managed to hit neutral several times when I am downshifting, and had a few scary moments when it hit neutral. During this Swedish summer day we had around 20 degrees Celsius, but the heat from the exhaust was really uncomfortable. Here in Sweden it's not a major problem, but in warmer weather I'm sure it will be. So to be honest, I wasn't really impressed by the Streetfighter. I didn't feel as thrilled or excited as I hoped to be. It needs to be at high RPM to be performing. In low speed it shakes and rattles like most Ducatis do. So I had my test ride on the Streetfighter, and now it was time for the Yamaha MT10 SP. So the big difference between the standard model and the SP is of course the semi-active Öhlings suspension. The base model has a KYB suspension, and riding the bike on this uneven track, it handles all the bumps very comfortably. Another thing that strikes me when comparing to the other 2 bikes that I just have ridden is how smooth it is. The throttle response is so nice. It's not twitchy in any gear as my Tuono, for instance. I could ride it in any gear and it doesn't complain. Likewise, the quick shifter is very smooth as the rest of the bike. I could ride this bike all day. The feel of the brakes is a bit better than the old MT10 that I used to have. So that's a huge difference and a huge improvement, I would say. I really didn't like the brakes on the old MT10 that I had before. The Tuono Or the old S1000R that I used to have had better brakes than the MT10, but now this new model, the brakes are as good as the two other bikes. When you get on the MT10, you feel like it's a big bike, and it feels heavy, but as soon as you start to ride it, it's a complete different experience. It's much more easy, and it's easy to flick around in corners. It's also very comfortable being hyper naked, I would say. I like the sound of the crossplane engine, but I would still want to have an aftermarket pipe on it. So I managed to squeeze in another test ride. It was really funny to ride this bike. Yeah, I must say I had a lot of fun with this bike, but this one you need to try for yourself. And I promise you, it's as fun as it looks to ride it. So it starts to rain here now. I'm gonna finish this video. I hope you like it. As I said, very short first impressions of these bikes that I've tried. Let me know what you think and leave a comment. Stay safe.